Hey everybody, Allyn Hane here, NorthwestIndianaLife.com. So I'm continuing my awesome experience here at Figure 8 Brewing in Valparaiso. And this has got to be my favorite of all the reviews, Shampo Imperial Red Ale. Love this beer. Awesome for the hophead in you. This is a little bit longer, but if you're a craft beer enthusiast, watch this entire video because you're going to get a lot more than just a beer tasting here. You're going to get a little bit of a backside, a little bit of a back view into the craft beer industry as I see it, and hopefully some of you will get a little something out of this. So here we go. I'm looking forward to it. What do we got next?
Well, next we're going to roll with our flagship beer, Shampo, and
The monkey.
the monkey, as people like to call it around here.
We actually make this. I had this crazy idea at the time.
Yeah, that's one of Tom's developments.
We produced this with 3 different labels on the bottle because we could. 3 different versions of the monkey, each one rock, paper, and scissors.
You know, let's talk about that. So here's another thing you have with craft beer. As you pour, because please, I don't want to be empty.
He needs to drink.
Well,
While we're
like
talking.
This is 89 IBU. So
so
it's
we're
a
going
hoppy,
good now.
It's a hoppy Imperial Red, 7.5%.
Okay.
It's full-bodied, full-flavored. You won't taste the alcohol.
And the thing is, your hops are going to be a little more muted on this. Even though they're 89 IBUs, there's such a huge malt backbone on that you're going to find out that maybe that's not all in your face the way you would like it to be. But it's a fantastically fun beer.
But I want to talk about the labeling, because the thing with craft brewer, you know, I don't know if it gets enough play, but craft beers have really, I mean, the label, the artwork behind the craft beer is really a lot of the experience.
Sure. Yep.
Yeah,
and we put a lot of effort into this.
And naming.
Yeah, so let me see if I
Yeah,
can
we
get
worked
close
really
up.
hard to do our naming. You know, make sure the beer the name fits the beer as well.
So what's this, what is Itafru Ois Inra?
All right, so the full story on the label.
Well, you know, because again, let me just say, when I'm sitting home on a Friday night and I've got a good hoppy craft beer after a difficult week, right, and I need to wind down with something like this, it's kind of cool to sit and read the label. I'm always looking for the IBUs, the alcohol, but I like to read the story behind the beer. And you don't get that with a lot of American beers, or you know what I'm saying, American mass-produced beers. There's no story behind them. Macros. So tell me give me the story, but what is this Itafru Ois Inra? What is that?
So I won't tell you what that specific line is about.
Okay.
But the story on the label is
It's still a mystery.
I'm gonna Google it.
I don't think Tom even knows what it's about, but anyway.
I have a better clue than most people. But the bottom line on that is that in one of my past lives, I developed pinball machine software in Chicago, Valley Midway.
Okay.
Williams. And one of the guys I met there is this fabulous artist named Greg Ferris. And he worked for Bally back before the label was acquired by Williams and sold under their name. Mm-hmm. So because I had that association with Greg, when I first got started building this company, the theming is all based around climbing mostly.
Right.
Climbing routes are used for the names of the beers and such. Shampo is the name of a climbing route down in Red River Gorge. I worked with Greg. I'm like, hey, I need to develop labels. You know, this was the second label we did, and he just runs with it. I'm like, hey, I need this label. It's about this climb, and the next climb next to it's tic-tac-toe. And so he incorporated rock, paper, scissors because it was tic-tac-toe. I'm not sure how you make that leap exactly, but that's what
it's alliteration. It makes sense.
And climbers are a little bit off. So Shampo is actually a variation of Rochambeau, which you may know about, which is another kind of contest where, you know, guys see who's...
Play rock, paper, scissors, and the loser gets kicked somewhere.
No, actually, it's who kicks each other in, you know, that area the most to see who can stand last. Anyway, so...
It's not a game I play a lot.
And so this beer will kick me. Is that the idea?
No, this is actually it's rock, paper, scissors. So it's
okay, all right.
But so Greg is just crazy that way, and so he came up with, like I said, there's 3 versions. There's the rock, the fist, paper, and scissors, right? So
gotcha.
there's 3, each label has its own set of text behind it also. And believe me or not, you know, you have to have these things approved with the government, right? So
I know you do.
There's some guy down wherever that is, looking at this saying,
What does that mean?
What are all these words on here? What is that?
And this is why you're
It's
choosing
like
your
when,
words
Black
carefully right
Sabbath,
now,
Black
isn't it?
Master Elvis.
Okay, no, that's all right. I got it. I'm good. I understand that.
You know, it's like, yeah. So
Yeah, but that leaves it open to
So-
me to choose what it means.
it is. But I think the basic, you know, put 100 monkeys in a room and see what they type on typewriters.
Okay.
All right.
No, that's good.
So there you go. That's it. Let's try this beer out.
I think we should. I'm ready. Cheers. I've already had a couple.
Yeah, I've had a
sips.
couple sips too.
I haven't yet.
This
So
one's my
I'm-
favorite, by the way.
So I am a hophead, and this is one of my recipes before Mike started developing the majority of the recipes, and I like this.
Wow.
It's changed a little over the time, but this is where I want it to be right now.
Gee, and this is
And
your
I don't
flagship.
think it'll go from here.
No, I understand why
I
this
like
is-
it right where it's at too. I like to call it Killian's on steroids.
You know what? I don't
even
get-
think we should use the
Yeah.
word killing.
You know what? I get nothing. I
It's a
honestly
big
don't even
red.
know what a red
That's
ale
what I
is,
said.
to be honest with
The,
you.
the problem is that the mass-produced macros made Killian's, and in fact, it is a detriment to this beer because people come in and think of Killian's because they
When
see
they try
red,
it.
Not.
and they're like,
But that's why
I
I
don't want
separate
red.
it. And that's why I'll separate it and say it's better. It's got a lot more flavor to it. It's got more hops to it.
Dude, it's
a great beer.
This is a hophead dream, is what this is. So, I'm getting, I couldn't tell you what a red ale is. I couldn't tell you what an imperial red ale is. If you put this in front of me, I would just say it's an incredibly awesome American pale ale. That's kind of what it tastes like to me. Because just as I thought your rye that we just tried was really good, I'm kind of taking this to the next level now. And it's nice to have a progression, by the way, because this has that really clean, crisp, finish to it, but it's got a lot of hops, but a great malt balance.
And that's something else that's a little weird on us. We've taken this beer and entered it in competitions,
Yeah.
and people are like, "There's no category this falls under."
Yeah.
So how
But
can
I-
we judge it?
but I got molasses,
We judge
I
it
got
on what's in
toffee.
our what our palate is. That's
Yeah.
how we judge our beer. Our beer is good. Drink it.
and this is one of the differences between Mike and myself. I try not to be in box. I don't like being in a box.
Yeah.
I don't like fitting into any given mold. But Mike is a BJG.
BJCP
Yeah, one of those guys.
judges. So yeah,
And so he knows all about these, rules and likes to have the
I like
beer
brewing to style at
conform
times,
to some kind of
Sure.
style, which yeah.
but I'm also not afraid to jump outside the
So
box.
between the
but
two
yeah.
of us, we kind of make a nice balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The history behind this recipe is that I like the beer brewed by Surly Brewing Company, and this is my version of that beer.
I haven't had anything by Surly. I know that that's their, right? Surly is the fist or something.
It's
I've seen.
yeah, Furious has. a
Is that
fist
it?
on
Yeah, that's
yeah.
about all I know about them. But
And all I know about them is every time I go up and visit them, they make me drink a lot of beer. And they're great guys.
It's good beer.
Surly, great guys. Drink their beer.
Well, this
All right.
part of what I wanted to say was that the thing that's really cool about craft brewing, and it's akin to what I found very nice about the climbing industry, or not industry, but the climbing people. Right? I'm a rock climber. That's what I base this around.
Mm-hmm.
Rock climbers are all about enjoying life.
Kind of extreme.
Not really competition. It's
Yeah.
about competing with yourself, seeing how well you can do. You may not be as good as the other guy, but they're all.
It's
looking
you against the mountain.
They're all looking to see you do well in your own way.
And they're willing to help you do
and
well.
they want to help you. They want to hang out, have fun, and microbrewers are the same way.
Yeah, craft brewing
You go to any
industry is
craft brewer,
unbelievable.
and they'll welcome you in. Oh, you're a brewer, excellent. Come in. They show you what you got, and you have some beers, and you have a good time, and you're enjoying life. That's what it's about.
We
Cheers.
just did that with somebody yesterday. Had a buddy
what?
in from
And-
Two Brothers. So
You know what? We're going to get into this too, because we're going to do like a round table in a minute. But that's what I love about this industry. You're right. It's not you against the other guy. It's you against the standard, or you against
you against
you
the
doing your
macros.
thing, and everybody's helping everyone do their thing. And I love that about this industry, and I think that's why the craft beer segment is growing so much.
It is.
because it's stimulating quality across the board, but it's also kind of a concerted effort of people working together to get there.
And there's a lot of local intent with it.
Well, and I
people
love
are really
drink
about
local.
local. Everyone's into local these days because, I know who you are because you're local. It's not because, you're some nebulous thing out there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and also part of it is, and speaking from my personal experience when I travel, I'm like, okay, I hear this area's got great beer.
Mm-hmm.
Let's kind of maybe go hour outside of our way and go dip in and have some beers as we're making our destination. And that makes it even more fun. You're seeing the scenery, you're seeing the culture, the lifestyle,
Right.
and you see how the beer of that area fits in with all that. It's where we're at.
It's not some homogenized.
We're on the cusp of a revolution in beer again.
Absolutely.
And it's going to be very, very fun to see what's going to happen in the next 10 years, 15 years. And there's a reason why big beer is afraid of us.
That's right.
Well, and craft beer people are just good people. Because to me, it's the ultimate in entrepreneurship. It's the ultimate in being an artist. It's the ultimate in quality. It's taking the edge of what's normal and pushing it, and it's local. And so you can't. I don't see any other industry that offers that. I really don't. It's almost cult-like. I bet, and I'm gonna go out on a limb here, but I bet people that love this beer, and I'm from Crown Point, so I'm not far away, and I'm becoming a huge fan at this point right now. To be honest with you,
Just wait till he has all 11.
But yeah, well, I would be cult-like over this beer. I truly would. In other words, drink local is something that I'm all about. Local business. I love Northwest Indiana because this is where I live and this is where my family is. But I would almost become a cult follower of that because of the fact that it not only supports local, but because it's better than anything else I can get anywhere. So we'll talk more on the round table. But back to this beer. This is a very big, very hoppy beer with a great malt backbone, and this is totally worth any trip to come down here if you're a hophead. I definitely don't recommend this for a new craft beer drinker, but if you're somebody that's been experimenting with hops, you've tried the Sierra Nevadas of the world, maybe even Torpedo you like, this is the I'll just say it right now. If you drink Sierra Nevada Pale Ale and you drink Sierra Nevada Torpedo, the reason I bring them up is because they're not mass produced. They're a good
They're
craft
available
brewer.
everywhere.
They're available. Okay.
Sierra Nevada is actually one of the first craft-oriented brewers
Yeah.
that has become macro.
And I'm a fanboy of them because they do some great stuff. So what I'm saying is, because a lot of you guys drink Torpedo because you can get it everywhere, I would say take the drive here and get this. This is your next level. I'm also going to say one other thing, even though it's not available in Indiana, if you're a Dogfish 90, if you like Dogfish 90 Minute, come here and get this. You will never need to drive out of state anymore to get Dogfish 90 because this is really a little bit better than that as far as I'm concerned, but it's in that same kind of category. I hope that doesn't offend you by me saying
I like that.
But
I totally like Dogfish beer.
yeah,
now.
we just can't get it in Indiana anymore.
No, we can't.
So if you like that Dogfish 90, here you go. And this is their flagship year round.